This is now our relationship. Hmm? Yeah. My intention, or the point of this case study, is to better understand that relationship.
And that's where I come in.
Correct.
Exciting.
Right?
I feel like a little test subject.
Good thing?
Does a hamster like running on a wheel?
I don't know, does it?
Is anyone else involved in this?
Sorry, it's the aircon. It dries me out.
I really don't like being here. I mean, this whole thing is just a relationship drama that we should be able to sort out ourselves. Not to mention, I don't know, aren't you breaking some kind of ethical law by seeing us both? Sarah? I was literally recommended you by her.
Well, I don't see anyone with that name, but I am free for the next hour.
Something I should mention, like a precursor, really, and I can only relate relationships to one person, to Nora. And she isn't a bad... I mean, Nora told me she loved me first. And I didn't say it back. I was so... Not that I didn't love her. But this was my first relationship with a woman, and... Not that it matters, but... I didn't really know what it was. Love.
Do you think you're giving the relationship a chance?
I mean, yeah, obviously I'm in it. But, I mean, not to sound... Well, I'm here for me as well. Mostly, actually. But can I still leave?
She has this avoidance quality. She just gets up and runs from every little confrontation. You have no idea.
What is it that first attracted you to your partner?
Her handwriting.
Her smile, probably. Lots. There's loads, actually. I think of her and it feels heavy. She thinks everything needs conflict. The first question she ever asked me was my favourite colour. And you're thinking that's cute, right?
It's blue. She told me, she tells everyone it's black. No one's favourite colour is black, it's blue. And that's a good example. She would just ignore everything we'd disagree on. Like, create mountains out of...
Mounds, as she'd say. And it doesn't. It just means we spend one more night not arguing. And don't even get me started on how she'd always fall asleep every time I tried to show her Le Havre. And you... Okay, you're thinking I'm being dramatic. I'm not. That's personal to me, that film.
Look, I like movies and music that puts me in a good mood, but with Nora, she always had to put this rain cloud over things, saying...
It needs to evoke emotion, otherwise what's the point?
And it all stems from her idea of being this singer-songwriter, whereas I'm much more.
And this high-salary job that she's literally depressed in, where she's reached the ceiling at age 27.
I just want to have the money to live the life I want. I want it to suit me, and Nora...
I work 2 jobs, and on top of that, I have to make time for my music.
Oh, her music is like a religion to her. Except that way it would only take up a Sunday morning, which in so many ways would be better.
She wanted so many things that I didn't. A dog, a white picket fence, a family, exhausting.
I wanted to adopt a donkey, and she thought that meant settling down and going off-grid. Literally, committing like £3 a month was too much commitment for her.
Feels like all we did was fight over what our idea of love was.
Well, it looks like the bus is driving itself today. Going back to this idea of 2, who were you when you were together? And are you that person now?
I'm better at spending time alone now. I don't feel lonely. God, that sounded lame, sorry.
I don't think people change. Okay, and I mean this in a nice way, but well, you're from a different generation than I am, and Obviously, you're far more versed in the whole psychology of it all, but...
The reason I ask is because I can't see anything or anyone making an impression on you. I believe that we create a parody that we develop throughout our lifetime, and that parody becomes our blueprint of a relationship. And I think maybe your ideas about relationships, well, about love even, aren't entirely functional.
What? Well, yeah, that's basically what I was saying before. It's no one's realistic about what the modern relationship really is. It's more about when than who.
Right, but I can see your parody again, and these are interesting ideas to suit your narrative, but Nora, I think you have a tendency to tilt at windmills. I think maybe you sandbag relationships in order to protect your sense of self and give in to that avoidant temperament and then perpetuate a vicious cycle.
It's a lot of $5 words to say I make relationships about myself, Diane. Okay, so you're saying I see relationships as more of a one when really I should look at them as a two? Layman's terms.
Sorry, that's made me think of my husband. He's rather impolite. And often he'll make me laugh during arguments when we're screaming. Makes me realise that impolite people with good intentions are horrendously funny sometimes.
Yeah, that's me. I know we don't have long left. And I know how I've been coming across. It's how I come across to most people. And I know that, I don't know, everyone thinks I process everything like a computer, and I don't. Just because I don't blubber like an idiot, it still affects me. And I know you'll say we all cry old tears, and I want to disagree with that so badly, but I've made a real mess of things, Diane. I'm with Sarah now, but today all I was thinking about was Florian. And just then, the thought just runs away, and well, it sounds really stupid, but I'm waiting for Flo's old cat, Chapstick, to die, just so that I have an excuse to talk and be close again, because I knew what we had wasn't perfect. I just knew it was rare. The way I felt about her was definitely rare.
You don't just give up. And I can't scream that in her face enough. And now we have this period where we don't talk until we randomly bump into each other in our favourite cafe. I see her everywhere. I even thought I saw her car today. But I've deleted every trace of her from my phone. But I still can't help but think of her every time I look at a fork. What am I supposed to do with that? I can't let go of things.
I let go of everything.
I think you're salvaging parts from a bomb site on another planet that you're looking at from a different dimension.
With rose-tinted goggles on.
Right. Florian?
Sorry. Nora, do you see her as well as me?
No. Well, I have. She shouldn't be here today.
So that's her car. That's definitely her car. So she's here now. I asked her for years and she said she'd rather bite her own teeth. Sorry. I must sound crazy.
No, not at all. It's understandable. It was your first relationship, Florian. And it's not like I'm expecting you to walk out of here a new person or anything. You know, a long time ago, a friend of mine passed away, and we were broken up over something trivial. I forget what it was. I never felt the same way about anyone since then. So, I know how hard it is to let go. Thank you for today. Thanks for coming in, Florian.
Surprised, Diane. No parable of parting advice.
Well, how about a rule of thumb?
Well, I've always defied the laws of fingers, so...
If you're a torch and the relationship is a cave, how do you think you're going to see what's inside the cave? Thanks for coming in, Nora.
Thanks for seeing me.
I'm sorry about that. Carry on.
We've been seeing each other for about 6 months now. And it all started out really well. But communication is a big issue for us. It has been for months.